So, what is the entrepreneurial strategy and growth? We can see that the numerous companies effectively function in a niche, means effectively function in a niche, in a role that markets without ever escalating or without ever rising into new markets. So, on the other hand, a few business accomplish the improved sales, brand awareness, and business solidity. The strings here is gotten by how to enter the new market. So developing a market entry strategy engage in a methodological study of the possible competitors and the potential customers. So in case for the entrepreneur want to develop his marketplace and the distributing channels, he need to engage in a critical study in this certain or particular market in order for him to get the possible competitors and to get the potential customers. For the new entry business and competitors, and also in addition for the entrepreneurs, the new entry here refer to offering a new product to the reputable, which is the old market or the new market. So what is meant by the new entry? I want you to memorize this definition for your final exam. New entry means here offering a new product. New entry means having a new product in the market which is not reputable, which is not in the old market. So offering a distinguished creation to the market, offering a distinguished creation for the market. So in case you have this question to define the new entry, you need to give these three definitions. You need to give these three definitions. Offering the distinguished creation for the new market. Crafting or making a new organization, which is also refer for the new entry. There is actually some challenges in the product or in the new entry environment or in the new product development. So here the company can develop the new product on its own facilities, or it can deal with the independent researchers or with the new product development firms to develop the precise innovative products. So there's challenges that normally faces by the new products environments or by new products companies that want to enter the market is determined by certain factors. The first factor is the independent researchers. Independent researchers. The second factor is the new product development. It is factors that is related to the product itself. So some products that have their own facilities and some products they don't have their own facilities. And the another and the last factor which is referred to the develop precise innovative products. Develop a precise innovative products. So at the end, the entrepreneur at the end wants to have his own product which is developed which is being innovative and creative in front of the competitors and the outsiders of the market. So, what is the grouping of new products? A new to the world product, a new product line, and the add-ons to the existing product lines, and the enhancement and modification of the existing products. And the last before one is the repository or the relocation and the cost reductions. These are factors that need to be in mind in case of having the new product placed in the market, which is the outsiders that cannot compete you if you stick to these certain elements and predicators. So you need to, if you have already a product in the market, you need to have if you have you need to have the some modification, some adjustments, some clarifications for the product that is being distributed in the market. As for the relocation, if you are having the offshore business means relocate your business in any certain different countries. Why? To have your own cost deduction, to have your cost low value. Like if you are a Japanese production for phone, or let's say Apple, or US Apple phone. So you want to relocate your products factory, let's say in Asia. Why? Because you want to have your cost cut. You want to have your cost value to be reduced. If you open your own product in US, selling your US products, it might be difficult, and it might be the cost way different and way expensive than having the products placed in other countries. So, main beliefs to steer the direct new product development. There are some beliefs in the cycle of having the new product development. These beliefs consist of the following: work with the prospective customers, allow employees to select projects, provide employees with the experiment time, and note when to let go. If you are planning to have your own product development in the market, you need to put in mind to deal with the prospective customers. You need to deal with with the potential customers, with the customers that you are expecting them. You need also to put them in your mind. Also, you need to allow your employees to select their projects, sharing the benefits, sharing the decision from low to middle to the top level of managers. Sharing the decision is something good for your company in case you want your company to grow up, and in case you want to have the loyalty and the sincerity among the staff. Provide the employee with the experiment time. Do not just lean on the theoretical part of your project solely. You need to add on the experiment part in order for your staff to focus and establish on a solid ground for your experiment. Also, you need to know when to let go your business in case of the contingency plans. The majority of the reputable, the reliable companies spotlight on the incremental modernism, incremental innovation. So here companies never choose to build disorderly technologies that are cheaper and more accountable to modify the lively space. So the established company can be slow to act in the response or invest in these disorderly technologies as they threaten their investments. There are factors actually that obstruct the new product development. This would be very important for your final exam. What are the factors that obstruct the new product development? There are factors, there are elements, there are issues that is related with your new product development in the market that will obstruct, that will bond, that will have troubles to your product. First is the lack of important ideas in certain areas. You will have the less of knowledge. The less of knowledge in having the new product development is something major and that affects your product line management. Divide it and split the market into the communal or the public and the governmental constructions. The price of the development restraints the limitation of your price, the limitation of your choices. It could be also a major obstacle for your new product development. The price of expansion. If you want to expand and make it your business bigger, this will be a problem for you in case you have your own product development. The funds scarcity. The funds scarcity means having a lack of funds, having a short of funds, a short of money that support your own product. Quicker required expansion time and the shorter product life cycle. Some of the products they have a short life cycle which is cannot be detected, cannot be traced, and others can be traced and recorded and tracked. What are the prerequisites? Something need to have be done before we set up our new business. So we have to set up, we have to have our prerequisites, elements, prerequisite subjects, prerequisite issues need to be have done before we go for strategic environment. We need to seek straight at the market leadership, if not region. We need to have in our mind before prerequisite, before we open up our own business, we need to have our leadership mission and vision. The mission and vision for the leadership that you will control and dominate the whole market is a measure, should be a belief in your mind, or else at least but not last you need to have a region domination, a region domination. The entrepreneur should initially stop and understand the strategy. Careful scrutiny and ground now of the business plan. You need to have your own, you need to have your own marketplace studied and scrutinized and criticized. You need to have a full study for your market before you enter and penetrate the others. Significant and regular hard work to hold on to a leadership position. 8 shortcomings of this strategy. There are 8 shortcomings. There are 8 bad effect elements of the strategy. What is these bad effects factors? Adjust your end to your means. Tools from A to Z should be a shortcoming for your strategy. Keep your object always in your mind while adapting your plan to circumstances. You need to have your own object in your mind in order for you to have your plan and to plan your circumstances. Choose the line or course at least expectation. You need to choose your own line in order for you to expect. You need to exploit the line of least resistance as long as it can be lead you to any objective that would contribute to your underlying objective. So you need to exploit, you need to use, you need to utilize the least resistance distributing or marketing channels. You need to take the line of operation which offers the alternative objectives. Always keep in mind always keeping in mind that you will have to you will have to take the operation which is offer you the alternative objectives and choices in case you have the contingency and emergency plan. You need to ensure that both plan and dispositions, the regulations are flexible and adaptable to the circumstances. You need to make sure that the plan that you are setting as the alternative, you need to make sure that these alternative plan are set and suitable and fits the flexible circumstances. Do not throw your weight into a stroke while your opponent is just on the guard. Don't sleep while your competitors are awake. Do not sleep while your competitors is awake. Do not renew an attack along the same line in the same form after it has been once failed. Do not fall into the hole twice. Okay, do not fall into the same hole twice. Always try to find the alternative or the other way of surviving. the innovative economic activities, the entrepreneurship that breeds, that it produce the competitive advantage through the capability to find out the new prospects and to recombine the resources and by this means make available for the new product or service. So in this case, the strategy generate the comparative improvement through the aptitude, through the skill, through the components, through the competencies. So here you need to imagine the space among the future demand. You need to have the firm's capability to meet those gaps. You need to plan the steps necessarily to fill up the gaps that has been mentioned before, and you need also to list down these capabilities among each others. Strategy and strategic planning. It is similar to the several of the planning and management implements of the business world, and strategy draws from the military. The strategy makes sure that the dynamic by setting the targets and evaluating the internal and external aspects that are disadvantageous in attaining the goals and spotting the necessarily upgrading of the resources and core competencies. In business, the relations of the strategy is to warrant the long-term endurance, staying in power, and strengthening of the firm. So here, planning is a compulsory to recognize and choose the steps with the superior prospect for the victory and for to spot the necessary competencies for the change over, for the change the way of work and course of the action. The strategic management of the places which also at the time that has been that has been handed over to as a trade and industry development procedure has a chief spotlight on the strategic entrepreneurship to promote the regional modernization and the intensification of the power the that have the entrepreneurial strengthening. So the growth strategy theory in economics has by the large emirates has been copied and has been traced and recognized. If not, the composition rotating around the development and the competitiveness and the financial growth. Over the standard half century, the growth theory have been reshifted its spotlight from the material capital to the knowledge capital. So here we can have the new 21st century revolution that has been shifted from the material capital to the knowledge capital. So now we are having the knowledge, the brain. We are having the brain capital. We are having the knowledge capital. So people are seeking for the knowledge. People are seeking for the knowledge. People are seeking for the new capital development, which is the knowledge, the information, and the surrounding that shift us from the capital money to the knowledge capital. The knowledge was acknowledged as being primary, persuasively strong for the economic development. So the current literature proposed that the venture of the knowledge does not automatically trickle over and uphold into the innovation, nevertheless, in somewhat subject to what has been known as the knowledge filter. So, to a certain extent, the entrepreneurship is needed to serve the channel of knowledge overflows. So, the entrepreneurship is the outcome of the opening throat, the information investments made in one association but the commercialized through the activity in a new responsibility. So here they are trying to say that the knowledge has been shifted from the material capital money to the knowledge brain, and now they consider the human's brain as the capital for any company. The hyper competition. The hyper competition is a key element of the new economy. The new customers would like it be faster, cheaper, and they fancy it in their own way. So the hyper competition is the elementary quantitative and qualitative transfer in the competition to entails the organizational transformation on the exceptional level. So I need you to memorize the hyper competition definition, which is important for your final exam. So the hyper competition is a new concept of the economy among the competitors and the entrepreneurs. So the new customers here would like the economy nowadays to be faster, cheaper, and more fancy in their own way. So they want to manipulate, they want to dominate the marketplace and the economic strategic planning to be in line with the modern and the modernization. What is the unique capabilities? The distinguishing skill is the foundational of the entrepreneurial competitive disadvantage. The sustainable competitive advantage is attaining by non-stop developing, existing and generating innovative resources and competencies in reply to the speedy shifting marketplace. So the prospect for a firm to uphold comparative advantages is determined by the potential of two categories: the distinctive capabilities and the reproducible capabilities. The innovations which develop into the competitive advantage. It's included with the following: the new technologies, the new or shifting customers' need, the appearance of the new segment, and the change in the cost of the disability of the inputs, and the amendments in the governmental outlook. What are the five forces model of the Michael Portal? The five force model of the market of the Michael Porter is the extremely detailed theory for appraising the economy comparative position. So these factors that has been set by the Michael Portal has been focused deeply on the how to appraise the company's comparative position. So the outline of the portal's five force models give the attention on the five structural industry characteristics that consist of the comparative environment and the therefore we can see the success of the industry. The five force models of the Michael portal has been made by the identification of the five fundamentals comparative sources. The first one is the barriers to entry. The barriers to entry, in case for you, you have any a new product development that has been newly placed in the market, you will have some barriers. These barriers could be a political, this barrier could be economic, these barriers could be competitive competitors, these barriers could be a market competitors, these barriers could be a price, the threat of the substitutes, the threat of the other competitors and the other sub companies that sell the same product, bargaining the power of buyers, bargaining the power of buyers in how to negotiate with the strength of your people that are purchasing your products. The bargaining of the suppliers also could be the negotiation part among your suppliers to get the best part and the best deal with them. The competition among the existing players. The competition among the existing players. There are several elements need to be taken into consideration as soon as the company make the attempt to penetrate the new markets. It is hunts for the precise set of customers to grow and expand their business. And the successful new market entry depends on the company aptitude skills to go with its own competencies. Here we can see that company come within the reach of the prospective market. It is faces upon the exceptional confrontation. By failing to distinguish and meet these confrontations, the companies hereby accidentally take these enormous risks of fair to the notice out but the intelligent risks. So evaluating the attractiveness of the new product entry. So the entrepreneur needs to establish whatever the innovative products. So the entrepreneur need to focus on the innovative part. The information for the new entry environment need to be taken into consideration because the information and the knowledge is a critical part at this moment. The erase or the ease of the making choice under the ambiguity. The entrepreneur need to have the full information about how to take the right decision and the right choice under the ambiguity, under the confusion, under the not clear picture and vision. The new product development need to focus basically to the improving and modernizing the product that aligns with the essential part of the company. And we need to have the course of action for the new product development is a vital within the organizations. That products set out the whole way through the strategies of their life cycle and the sooner or later will have the substitute. The stage of the new product development, first we need to have the idea generation, which is by the way, this question is very important for your final exam. It could be a essay question. What are the stages of your new product development? First, we need to have the idea generating. Thank you very much and see you next class.